What is good, everybody? Hope y'all good. Hope y'all chilling as usual. Cousin Swank coming to chop it up with y'all about this man right here. The man who destroyed the game, split apart the community. Now everybody doesn't know what to do. You know how he was like lonely and he split himself to make Lily and Nett so he won't be lonely? It's kind of like that because nobody cared about him in season 1 or pre-patch, and now he's just running. He's angry. He is doing damage and split the community apart and broke the game. So if y'all want to talk about that, like, comment, subscribe, pull up to the stream at twitch.tv/SWKYJEE, and I'll see y'all after this. We're gonna really talk about this. We got a conversation for y'all, a good one, a juicy one. We're gonna have some proof. We got some conversations for y'all. Let's get it. But first, let me give y'all an example of what the problem is and why he's like this.
It's fine. There's really no need to fight your best. We can just play around a little bit.
So we are now in the training room. We're in the training room. I figured I wouldn't just jump straight into, oh, Stark broken, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather give you your opinion of your own and let me know what y'all think. But for me personally, I was the first one to announce that this character was crazy when this patch. Not the first, but I was around that first batch to like spread the word of this character being crazy. And it just took off. You know, people didn't like it. Some people did, you know. Some people were like, that's what I've been trying to say. So, understandable. So, if y'all don't know, Stark is a runaway character. He wants to fireball you. He wants to keep you at bay from a far away distance. See, every move is going to push you away. That is his character. And let me make this be known. I don't like spreading cheese. I'm not that guy. I don't like to spread cheese, but in order to get cheese took away, you got to spread it. The only thing is people like to take it and run with it. But luckily, Bleach community has been mad cool. It's not like when I was on Sparking Zero and all you saw was cheese every week and everybody took it and ran with it. So I appreciate y'all for that. So I can actually talk. I'm actually more comfortable talking about this. So you're going to do a lot of these. Keep him away. And his downside, in quotes, is that when you do this, it costs, as you can tell, your meter. And you have to refill your meter every chance that you get. So you have to keep running away and doing that. So the problem is, one, I already think that this game benefits running away. And it's not really a downside, because you're already pushing them away. And you're already running away. So you're pretty good. You know, yeah. And that's one of the game. That's the main game plan. That is his game plan. Obviously, you're going to want to do stuff like this, build your meter up, and all that stuff. This isn't even a Stark breakdown. This is just like how simple he kind of is. Now, step one before I get into the real complicated stuff. The thing that I think is weird that I don't like, as Noitora, this was already a really bad matchup, even when he was garbage. Last patch, he was garbage. I can't break down exactly what they changed. It's just you can tell that he skyrocketed because it wasn't this bad. So Noitora has a struggle with this because obviously Noitora loses to fireballs. You know, that's my main character. I can tell y'all from experience that he's going. You have to deal with these things. There's no finesse to this. The biggest problem is, this is almost unreactable, at least on PlayStation, because by the time you see it, it's too late. Same with Soifon's leap kick. Due to the delay connection, if you see Soifon do her leap kick, it might be reactable on PC to sidestep it. But on here, if you see it happen and then you sidestep, it's already too late because it has to process that you sidestep, so you already got a clip, so you're better off just blocking it. That's how it is for this move. One of the weirder ones is... This is one of the weirder ones that I don't really hear people talking about. I know I have to deal with this one a lot, though. I don't know if it's character specific, but this. Hold on.
Just stay down.
That right there. My bad. It's harder to do on purpose, but that happens a lot more often. He'll turn his body with you in some situations.
Just stay down.
Like the answer is usually just sidestep it. But he'll turn his body with you. And I personally think that that's mad stupid, because the point of the fireball is to dodge it. So that one makes my matchup really hard because Noitora's only ways to get in through like very generic means, which is just run in, block, run in, block, sidestep maybe. And his running has so much startup that you can't even get in. But let's not talk about Noitora specifically. Let's talk about the character. Now, this one he does have. This one is stupid. If he holds it, it leads you into a crumple. Has like no recovery on block. And obviously you're going to do this from all the way down here. And this one doesn't cost resources. Now you can dodge this. For me, my character, it's really hard because it hits so wide. It hits so wide. But as you can tell, to be full screen, this is not that much recovery. Especially when you're going to end up running into one of these. So that's the part 1 of Stark. So that part is really annoying. You can beat that though. I'm not going to say that this part is super broken. I just think the tracking part makes no sense, and this having no recovery makes no sense. But let's get to the real good stuff. The stuff y'all do want to see.
Shall we get going? Lilynette, Stark.
Alright, so now that we are awakened, this is where the real problems come from. This is where the real struggle, the real annoying aspect of this character, what makes this character very annoying and split the community. So, as you can tell by the stocks, look at the top on the number 9. That's how many stocks he's taking. He can take 6 stocks from you. Not too many characters can do that. He can take 6 stocks from you at the beginning. And the way that he can do that is if he is winning, if he already has more stocks than you, then you're going to have to deal with this. He can take 6. The only way to get around that is if you take more stock than him. Some situations you're not going to be able to. Depending on character, you might not be able to. If you were lucky, not even lucky, but if you were able to play your cards right and you could keep his stocks lower than you, his Kompaki lower than yours, then you should be good. But it's the part where he can turn a 3-round game to a 2-round game, because let's say you beat him in turn 1, you take 3 stocks. He awakens. How many stocks does he take? Changes to this at 3 or fewer. Kompaki destroys at 3. Yeah, so let's say turn 1, you fight him, you take 3 of his stocks. He awakens, he takes 3 of your stocks. Now you're going to lose 6. unless you finesse and knock his Kompaki lower than yours. So you can either fight to the fullest, or you can you can cash out early and hopefully even the stocks. But that makes it really hard. But let's get to the real corny stuff. The real, this is what does it. So as you see, he got those 4 meters under his, I don't know what to call that, his EX bar, his reverse gauge, whichever one you call it. And those are these. He can throw out these wolves. And as you can see, they're pretty spammable. And that is the problem. Throw these out, these all combo into each other. Look at the damage that he takes. And pushes you away. He can get more aggressive now, but he can do these whenever he wants. He can do these whenever he wants. As you can tell, situation like that. And this is where some of the broken stuff comes from. So for example, let's say you do this. He can just spam these. Like he can do it when you're trying to do something. Like taking a throw is not really a good situation because he can still get these off on you. And he can do these whenever he wants.
Miss me again. Miss. Go. Miss. Miss me again.
And this is going to be, you're not going to, I think this is going to be a character specific one, but my character couldn't challenge this. And you're probably thinking, well, flash step to get out of it. Well, even if you flash step, he can still do these. So you'll actually get punished for doing the flash step. So stuff like that makes it where you can't really play the game. And keep in mind, you're going to lose 6 stocks. And I have a counter to this I'm going to show y'all. It's not the greatest, but it worked out for me yesterday. So I'll put y'all on. And then on top of that, because he can do this, this character got to have the most annoying combo to sit through. I don't think it's super broken, only due to the fact that if you think about it, if you convert it to like other characters, he's kind of doing a normal combo, but it's really long and looped and unnecessary. But the thing is you're losing 6 stock potentially. Got hit once because this is a very consistent combo, and you didn't get to play the game. And another thing is, let's say you know you're fighting, you blue reverse to escape it. If he has wolves, he can just spam them again to get back in there, and it makes it really hard to fight this character. When I mean any point, he can do it at any point. I don't even see this move get used because he has wolves. Is he overtuned? I think he definitely is. I never thought Stark was bad because, 1, I didn't see him often. 2, he is a counter to my character. But back then, I used to think that his character was he would shoot fireballs, and if the match needed to take a turn, if he needed to get more aggressive, then he'd transform and do this. But with the way this is going, he is very overtuned, I think, and he split the community up, and we're going to talk about it right now. Alright, so right here, as you can tell, Mike Hollow addressed, Tamsoft literally broke Stark. If I was running tournaments, I'd ban him until a patch comes out. Easily the easiest and strongest character in the game. Absolutely brain dead. If there was a picture of a character to explain to someone what carry means, it would be Stark. Ban him in all tournaments. If you use Stark and you win, you get absolutely 0 ratings. Now this is one of the characters who was kind of bad, and then when he got buffed, you see him more often. Now you see him every other day, and you know why. It's because of how he plays. You can tell how the players play that it's because he's broken. But let's see what feedback he got, because it kind of split the community a bit. So let me see. I thought I was just bad. Thanks for validation. And he is a character who makes you feel like you're bad because you can't play the game, but there's no straightforward answer. You can have somebody who says sidestep the dogs, but the thing is I can't sidestep the dogs. Soy Phone can, but like if they're throwing dogs out in neutral, their answer is they kind of just gotta stop. Alright, Anthony, I be seeing him a lot. Yeah, people out here, Lab gonna do anything against a competent player, which is true. Some character, y'all gotta understand, like, telling people to just lab against a character doesn't make them not broken. For, like, I don't know if I can find this stuff, but some of the stuff was, like, saying Stark is broken, but you can lab or play Shikai Ichigo or just play Gin, because they counter him. And it's like, that doesn't make him any less broken. Not much talk about Stark. Funny, I just fought Stark not even 2 minutes ago. I was getting frustrated. He beat me 7-3. It is ridiculous how broken he is, and I'm decent Gin. Not great, but decent. I was just trying. Yeah, and the thing is let me tell y'all, you know, I'm always a positive person for y'all. If somebody tries to tell you, you can tell when a character is broken without knowing their rank. And some people don't really give people that. Like, some people just say, oh, you're bad, so he's broken. It's like, bro, I literally can't play the game. That has nothing to do with your rank at that point. It's, oh yeah, also, I got art posted on my Twitter. Everybody go like it and let me know what y'all think. let me give myself a little shout out. So what happened was there was a lot of people are complaining about Stark for no reason. You're bad, get good. It was a lot of stuff like that. And I don't like that stuff. I don't like it. If somebody asks me, how do I beat Noitora? I don't just say, oh, Noitora is bad. I don't like that. I give people some substance, because that makes people not want to play the game. It's literally gatekeeping. I don't like hearing that. So it was on day 1 of this whole Stark thing, everybody was just saying, get good, you're bad. Everybody's complaining about Stark, he's not even that broken. But it's like, you're not saying anything. You're saying a whole lot of nothing. So I said, my question for the Stark defenders, why don't y'all give out some counter tech to put on some of the players struggling with him? I understand telling people to go lab 100%, but telling people they are wrong with no context is weird to me, because you can't tell people you're wrong for not learning and then not give them anything to learn from. So Mela, shout out to Mela, holding it down in the community. Mila, whichever one, said just block bro. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that one in a second. I'm actually going to leave a like on that one. We're going to talk about that one in a second, because I understood what they meant. Homie said, you know why? Because, you know, gatekeeping tech. Dude, exactly 100. Same with the players saying they figured it out. What did y'all figure out? Exactly. Like, people are just telling people, just block, bro. I understand that now, but if they actually... I wish that the people saying just block actually gave an answer, because I'm going to tell y'all what happened. Okura, this is the number one... This is the number one Stark here, so he should be the one to know the most, you know, so... We give answers, but they're not what they want to hear. They also refuse to run sets and get constructive feedback to learn how to deal with it. They whine and they refuse to learn. I can only do so much here. Run sets and I'll learn and I'll show you the mistakes for free. FFS. So he's annoyed, I guess. I don't know if he's saying me or the people who's trying to learn, because I've never had an interaction with him until now. So from my experience, I can't speak for everybody that he's dealt with. He's like in Discord and stuff. From my experience, all I saw on Twitter was nobody's labbing. Get good. He's not broken. And I was just like, this just sounds mad unfair. As you could tell, even when I asked if anybody has counter tech, not too many people gave counter tech. Not too many people. Some people actually did. I don't know why it's not loading in. But some people actually did, I guess. But he said people don't want to learn. Now, that part, he probably was like, yo, I can play you. My thing is not... I know he's on PC. I'm on PlayStation, so... This is why it's easier to just give advice than to just say, play me and I'll put you on. Because somebody else is like, Stark's not even that broken. I fight the number one every day. And I didn't think that that's a fair argument, because there's a point where you know how to fight the player more than the character. At one point. Like me, I command grab a lot. I'm pretty sure if you fight me a lot, I will have to change my playstyle, because you're going to know that I'm going to command grab. So, Slayer wasn't having it this morning. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff on my stuff. Slayer said, hell nah. I'm not running a set with the whose whole gimmick is sitting at full screen and doing ridiculous amount of damage. Take your one cheap win and beat it. So... Y'all know me. I try to play this game to the fullest. So even if I'm getting zoned out, if I'm finding runaway players, as much as I don't like it, that is a playstyle and that's in the game. The only thing is, it's not like Sparking Zero where it was broken because MEY could run away the entire time. Like, he was actually breaking the game to make the fight pointless. Some other characters could run away and you would be able to fight them sometimes. But so that's just something that comes with the game. So you can't really complain about that one. Then keep losing and never improve like the bad player you are, which is understandable response. I don't know how not wanting to fight someone who sits at full screen the whole game makes me bad. Which, to be fair, there is a point where if you can't fight people who fight full screen, you probably shouldn't be blaming them. Alright, I have beat Byakuya's a bunch of times pre-patch as Noitora, the character who can't get in at all. The people who said just block, they taught me something, alright? And I'm going to show y'all. Look at this clip right here that I posted last night. So he was spamming me with this. He was spamming me with this the whole time. And I learned that the wolves don't do anything on block outside of make it where you can't play the game. Not saying that he's not broken because I found this, that I figured this out. It actually means that he's more broken than I'm saying because you can't play the game. But he beats everything but block, basically. If you can tech the throw, then you're good. Now, if he was smart, he'd probably throw in some buttons for some guard pressure. Probably still wouldn't have gotten anywhere, though, because I was just locked into blocking the whole time. And the people said just block, I understand what they mean after this. I got it now. And I appreciate y'all. I just wish y'all said, just block the wolves, don't do anything. Outside of make it where you can't fight back. I would've been okay with that. But they didn't say that. They just said just block. And yeah, I learned, stop fighting against him and just let him do this. I have the stock lead, so he'd have to fight a little bit harder for me now. And that is what I learned. Not saying it makes him any less broken. If anything, it makes him more broken that I have to win by not playing. And that was very cool. Finally figured it out. A lot of people appreciated it, you know. Was putting people on. Yeah, a lot of people was actually rocking with it. And I'm glad I was able to do something like that. But yeah, this character is pretty wild. I just want to address this. I'm not even trying to spread cheese, but it is kind of funky. Like, this character has been on the leaderboard lately. Like, every time you're fighting one, he's in like top 200, 100, and it's pretty obvious why. So yeah, I just want to talk about this. This might have been a long topic. I might be able to chop it down to a short topic. Make sure y'all tap into the stream at SWKYJEE Swanky G. The link is always down in the description, always. And also, I need to shout these out more. I am on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Instagram if y'all want to chop it up with me or see what I got going on. I appreciate all the love that I've been getting because I'm very communicative. I'm very communicative in the Twitter community for Bleach. I like to ask questions of the day. You know, check up on what everybody's doing, you know, learn something, probably give y'all something. So, I'm always active on there. So, check me out on there. Appreciate the love I've been getting on these videos. Appreciate the likes on ranked matches. Hopefully, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And links are always down in the description. I don't really talk about these that much, but I think I should start talking about these more. And, yeah, this isn't me just going to be like, oh, spread this cheese, like how the Spark community players do with cheese. This is me talking about get this character nerfed ASAP. But that's it. I'm out. When the dragon's confronted, it breathes fire. Y'all be smooth and deuce.